Hey guys, how are we all doing today? I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to review a video game of all things. Nier Replicant version 1.22, I don't give a crap. It's an action RPG from Square Enix, which if you don't know Square Enix, it's the company in charge of Final Fantasy. So the game originally came out in 2010, and this is a re-release, a remaster, not quite a remake sort of situation. And the reason I felt the need to talk about this game is because it held a special place in my heart back in 2010, and with this current re-release, I felt the need to give it some spotlight here and give it the love and attention that it kind of sorely deserves. And also, there was another successful game that came out in 2017 called Nier Automata, or Nier Automata as some fans call it, which was a big enough success that a lot of fans are clamoring for the main character, 2B, to actually show up in Super Smash Bros. So the franchise is a big deal, and this is the predecessor that came before it. Now, you don't necessarily need to have played this game to enjoy Automata, because, I mean, honestly, there's an 8,000 year gap between the two stories, so you're not really going to be missing much, just some key references, and that's about it. Nonetheless, though, this game is beautiful with its music, its visuals, and honestly, its very emotional storytelling. And the man behind this vision is Yoko Taro, who you'll associate with strange beauty. I mean, look at this man. He ain't normal. So with that established, what's it about? So the story actually starts us off in the 21st century, where a global disease is wiping out humanity. Oh, a global disease? Yeah, that's not a sensitive subject at all. And in place of humanity are these mysterious monsters called shades. Here's where we're introduced to our main character, Nier, a young boy who's trying to protect his sister, Yona, who's contracted the disease. He gets the help from a magical book, who gives him some pretty kick-ass magic powers. And then 1400 years later, and no, I'm not skimping on that, that's literally what happens. 1400 years later, without any explanation, Nier and his sister are found living in a rural village far in the future, where his sister's contracted an entirely new disease called the Black Scroll, which seems to be magical in nature. So Nier takes it upon himself to venture out into the world to try to find a cure for his sister, where along the way he finds the magical book, Grimoire Noir, which is brilliantly voiced by Liam O'Brien, who sounds so distinguished and yet so sassy.
Why, you insolent crone! How dare you address me like some common paperback!
As well as encountering his other companions, Kaine, a scantily clad young woman who's great with the swords and also has a sailor mouth.
Pull your head out of your ass and start f***ing helping us!
And the smiling skeletal atrocity called Emile, who has immense magical powers. Together, they'll discover the secrets behind their world and why humanity is dying out. And the background story is actually pretty fascinating from a sci-fi perspective, but the true story here is the foreground emotional plot between Nier and his sister Yona. And really, that's what this game really focuses on, is the emotional aspect. So in this version of the game, the graphics are revamped. We have some additional content, including a new chapter, some new weapons, as well as a brand new ending, to which there were 4 to begin with. And the pluses of this game are the fun combat, which unfortunately is not very challenging. At level 30, I was pretty much dominating every enemy and boss in the game. And also for the beautiful, beautiful music. Epic. And here's where I need to give a fair warning to new players. This is getting into the kind of spoilerish territory. I'm not really revealing much of the plot, but the game mechanics that sort of develop along the way are closely tied to what happens towards the end of the story. So if you don't want anything revealed, then skip to this time code. Otherwise, this will be real quick. So there are 5 endings to the game, and getting the first 2 endings is pretty easy enough to do. Play through the game, and then you have to go through a New Game Plus, which New Game Pluses always start from the midpoint of the game, not from the very beginning. Which is great, so you don't have to do so much repetitive work, but at the same time though, you come to find out that to get ending C, D, and the brand new ending E, you have to collect all collectible weapons, which unfortunately some can only be found in the first part of the game, which unfortunately in this cycle you can never go back to. So you might achieve endings A and B after like 25 hours and discover, oh, I didn't get those weapons. Oopsie, I have to start all of that over. It is honestly such a blatantly stupid design flaw. I can't fathom why they designed the game this way. And it's a real shame because it's already quite a bit of work to achieve that brand new ending. It's gonna test the patience of a lot of players, but it is worth it if you want that emotional satisfaction to the entire story. That or you can just look it up on YouTube, I guess, you know. So that's my fair warning to new players. And otherwise, the game is actually very simplistic, but it is a lot of fun, it is gorgeous, it is emotional, but it's not for everybody. I can't necessarily recommend it to everybody, whereas its sequel, Nier Automata, I do recommend to everybody. Go play it. Now. And funny enough, so ending D will require you to delete your save file. Yeah, I'm not being cute either. I mean, literally, your 30 plus hours of progress, grinding, accomplishments, all that, gone. But it is for the sake of the story, so there is a reason behind it. And this is the only way to achieve getting ending E. So guys, with that said, Nier Replicant version 1.22 gets my score of 3 stars. And another little fun tidbit that I saved for the end of the review, just in case it was already sounding complicated enough to begin with, as Nier Automata is sort of more of a spiritual successor to Nier Replicant. Nier Replicant is kind of a spiritual successor to an entirely different video game franchise altogether, Drakengard. So funny enough, Drakengard 1 also has 5 endings, so the true ending shows magic being introduced into our universe, or our version of Earth, which kickstarts the events of Nier Replicant. I know it's sort of like a weird, like, next level esoteric kind of fandom right there, but I just thought it was sort of a neat little fact to share. Guys, as always, thanks so much for watching. Have any of you played Nier Replicant, or even the sequel, Nier Automata? And if not, what else have you been playing lately? Comment below, let me know, and of course stay tuned right here if you all want to see more.